Welcome to the ultimate new player guide for 7 Days to Die. And before we start, if you notice at the very top of the screen, it's Alpha 19 patch B180. So immediately from completing your tutorial, it's going to take you right to a trader, and that's exactly where we want to go. We want to go right to the trader. All right, so let's go ahead and go into the trader, and with the trader, you're going to be able to do a number of things, including buy and sell and get quests. So once we come into the trader here, we're going to look at his inventory. So this is what he has for sale. We can also sell items that we have in our inventory, and he has a secret stash, which he will update as well on day 4. It tells you right at the top, restock day 4 in this example. All right, so when you ask him if he has any jobs, this is the quest system. Now to start with, you're going to have tier 1, and you're going to have to complete 10 of these to get a special job, which will allow you to unlock a second trader. The second trader, once you go and you unlock that trader, you'll be able to have access to tier 1 and to tier 2 quests. Doing 10 more tier 2 quests will unlock another special job for another trader and give you access to tier 3. Now you do not have to do tier 2 quests at the new trader. You can do it at the first trader if you would like, but you will have to go, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section, guys, you will still have to go to the second trader to get the special job in order to unlock the third trader. All right, guys, so before we go any further, we want to talk about all the information that you have on your user interface. So at the very bottom, you're going to see your toolbar, and this is your hotkeys. And on top of that, if you look closely, there is a purple bar. It's very slight on the left top, right above the stone axe, and that is your XP gain and progress to the next level. Underneath that, you're going to see a green bar, and that is for your food. And right next to that is blue, and that is your hydration. Now at the far left corner, you're going to see a blue bar with a shoe. It says 102. That is your stamina, and underneath that is your health. The very top, you're going to see looks like a compass. That is exactly what it is. It's a compass, and as you mark things on your map, if you hit M, you have a map, and you can mark items. You can find them, including your spawn point for your bedroll, any icons you put to mark where your base is, a trader, or anything of that nature. So food and water is really important, and water you can get from either using an empty glass jar on a water source or looting a jar of murky water. When you come to your camp, you're going to notice that the first thing, you do not need a pot to boil your water. Okay, so you can get as much water as you need, and you can just boil it right in a campfire without a pot. Now, one of the big positives that you're going to get from boiled water is that it gives you a stamina regeneration bonus of 15%, which is going to be extremely helpful in early game when you're mining and gathering resources or fighting or running or anything of that nature. One thing that you are going to notice when you drink, at the bottom left, you're going to see a little man right there, and you're going to see a countdown. And it's going to look like he's drinking water, and the countdown is actually going down fast. That is because, remember where your hydration bar is that when it is below max, the stamina regeneration boost goes fast. But when it's maxed, your stamina regeneration will go slow. So use this trick. We actually covered it in the last guide, but use this trick to your benefit, especially early game. It is very beneficial. So the next thing we're going to be talking about is food. All right. Now, first of all, let's go into our skills tab, and under strength, you're going to see Master Chef, and you're going to want at least to sink 1 point into this. That's because it's going to allow you to craft teas and bacon and eggs, which are really beneficial. Food in this game has bonuses. The better you can make, the better the bonuses are. So for in this example, if we go ahead back into our fire and we go to the charred meat, as you can see, it's going to give us 10 food, 10 stamina bonus, 5 health, but it's going to take away 5 water. And if we come over to the grilled meat, which is right next to it, you're going to see that it has the same stats, except it doesn't take away your hydration. Now, if you go to bacon and eggs, you can see food, health, and max stamina is the same, but food and health is better. And if you go to something like hobo stew, which is amazing, will give you even greater benefits. The higher the skill tiers that you have in Master Chef, the better the stats on the food that you're going to be able to make. There is actually stuff better than hobo stew. So duct tape in the apocalypse, in this apocalypse even, is king. Now, you can loot duct tape, you can buy it from a trader, or you can make it, right? So a good way to make it is to come into your campfire. You're gonna need cooking pot. And if you take bones that you loot as well as a bottle of murky water, it's going to allow you to make glue. Now, we can make glue more efficiently in a chem station, which later on you will be able to get. And as you can see, the cost of it is going to be less bones in our chem station. It's going to allow you to maintain more resources and inevitably make more. If you take the glue and you take cloth, you can make some makeshift duct tape. This stuff is really important for early game. You're definitely going to want some duct tape. It's instrumental in your repair kits. So as you get stone tools, iron tools, I apologize, and you use them, and your bar down here underneath it is going to show the durability of your specific item, and as it wears down and goes to 0, it's going to be broken. You will not be able to use it, so you will need a repair kit. Things like this, mind you, a stone axe only needs a piece of stone to fix it. Wood club needs a little bit of wood. The blunderbuss needs an iron pipe, which you can loot or make in a forge. And if you have a bone shiv, which I think I have one around here somewhere, well, maybe not, yeah, I do right here, you just need a bone to be able to repair that. But as you get into iron and steel tools and things like that, and chainsaws and augers, you're going to need a repair kit. So duct tape, like I said, really is king in the apocalypse. Another thing we want to talk about is your inventory. Okay, so as you see right now, I actually have 3 additional spots down here. You will not look like this when you start the game. These 2 full rows will be like this, and how it works is each beyond, like there's spots up here like this that are empty. Okay, and even if I have something in here, I'm not encumbered. I'm only encumbered once all these spots right here are full and I start to go into these particular inventory slots. As I get more and more in here, I become encumbered, which reduces my movement speed. The more items you have in encumbrance, as you start to fill these slots up, the greater the movement speed penalty you will get, as well as a stamina penalty. Okay, so this is really important to know, especially early game. Now you can use boiled water, which we talked about earlier, and you can get that 15% stamina regen. You might want to think about this while you're over encumbered and you're moving around. One way you can counteract this is to come into strengthen your skills and invest in Pack Mule, which the first point unlocks 3. As you can see, I did not select this, and then each individual one goes down. This one's 3, I believe this one's 4, yeah, and this one's 4 as well. So, but if you're not ready to invest in Pack Mule, you can mod your clothing with pocket mods. Now this one will just give you a 1, and then they have one that's more like a cargo pocket, and it'll give you 2. As you see, I got it right here. Looks like a cargo pocket, and it's a double pocket mod. Just cargo pocket, right? You can craft a pocket mod with a little bit of leather. Once again, some duct tape. So duct tape is king, guys. Like I said, some cloth and a sewing kit. Super easy to make. A lot of this stuff is really easy to get super early game, so don't even worry about it. You can modify everything and just unlock a few slots early game. It's going to make a big difference. Now this next tip actually we used in the last guide, but we're going to talk about it again in case a new player or anybody has not seen that guide. You definitely want to check this out. So once you get your quest from the trader, you're going to come and follow the quest icon. This is what's bouncing right in front of you, and it's going to tell you at the top right up here, it's going to tell you to activate the rally point. This is the rally point, and we do not want to activate this yet. What we want to do is we want to go inside and kill all the zombies and loot everything. Now, the reason we want to do this is because we want to maximize as much XP as we can, especially early game, not to mention the fact that we're going to get double loot. The way the game works is in game stages. So if you look up here, I'm on game stage 3, and the game has specific stages that you get specific loot. So let me go ahead and pull up for game stages here so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. Each game stage you'll get different weapons and higher quality items. Along with that, you're also going to be getting tougher zombies, and things are going to be getting increasingly difficult, especially on horde nights. So because of that, doing a quest point of interest twice is going to allow you to get twice as much loot, including maybe more cement that you find at a point of interest, maybe more cobblestone that you find at a point of interest, iron that you could smelt in a forge, and things of that nature, because you're going to need to upgrade all your weapons, all your tools, all your armor, your base, your horde base. All of that needs to be constantly upgraded as high as you can to tier 5 with your weapons, your tools, and your armor. And tier 6, which is purple, you're going to notice you can only get through looting or buying from a trader. Let's talk about spawn points, guys. So if you come to a POI, there's something that you may want to consider doing, and that is dropping a bedroll right down in front of it. And potentially we throw a storage chest, then we can go through and we can start throwing things in there that we don't actually need anymore. And we can go through and loot. That way our inventory is empty. If you die while you're inside, you're going to spawn right here at the bedroll, and this is your only spawn point. Now you can move this wherever you want. You can obviously put it in your base, but if you're far away and you die, you will have to run back to your pack. If you put a bedroll here, then you're only going to have a short distance. You can run back in and get your pack. But please note that if you have a bedroll at your base and you put a new one down here, this one overrides the old one at your base, and if you pick this up, you have to go back to your base, pick that bedroll up, and drop it back down on the ground again in order to make that one active. Just so you guys know, if you die with no active spawn point, the game will respawn you in a random location. You can end up kilometers away from your base or your pack. Now, once you've cleared a POI and you've decided you want to just call this place home, you can do what's called a land claim block. Now you get these, you get at least one when you first start the game. It'll be in your inventory, and what this does is after you've cleared the whole area of zombies, you can drop this land claim block there, and it stops the zombies from spawning inside the building. They can still bang on the outside and they can do damage and they can get through, absolutely, but this land claim block will stop them from spawning inside your base. Okay, so you can set up here, and which brings me to my next point. As the game progresses, you want to upgrade everything. So if this is my base down here, I'm going to want to start working on upgrading some of the walls, maybe the next tier of wood, cobblestone, things of that nature. And in order to make a land claim block, guys, it's literally just 5 stone. 5 stone to make a land claim block. You lose it, you need another one, it gets damaged. It's super easy. Just get 5 stone, you can make another one. One thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want early game. You're going to want to come through and loot everything. Okay? Absolutely everything. If there's anything that you don't want or that you find no need for, we can scrap it for scrap metal, which we can later throw into our forge. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, guys, is exposure. So there is snow biomes, there is desert biomes. You can overheat and you can freeze to death, okay? So if you get clothing, so let's look at particular clothing. This will tell you this has a heat resistance, so it'll cool us off, and it compares to what I'm wearing. So I'm wearing the basic plant fiber shirt, so it's telling me that it's an additional 9 points into my heat resist, so it's going to cool me off 9 points better than what I'm wearing now. As well as you expect, a hoodie will give you better cold resistance. So this is obviously telling me that it's going to give me 11 points more for my cold resist. So one of the last things I want to talk about are specific skills that you may want to think about investing in as you level up. And these are pretty important in the game, so you may want to consider them in your build. So once we come into the skills tab in your menu, you're going to come into strength, and the first one we're going to talk about is sexual tyrannosaurus. Now what this is going to do is reduce the penalties for stamina that you get when using tools. So tools like your stone axe, your shovel, anything like that, especially early game, even with the boiled water that we talked about, this is going to help compounded with that. All right. So as you invest more, you can see you actually get more benefits from it. Master Chef, in the very least, you're going to want to invest at least one in here because it's going to allow you to make teas and coffees. Teas like goldenrod tea, which will cure dysentery if you eat a food that gives you a bad reaction because you're in a bad spot and you just need to eat. So goldenrod tea is going to allow you to survive that. Miner 69er is going to be something you're definitely going to want to think about investing points in because this is going to allow you to craft better quality tools. So as we're here in the first level, we're going to craft level 2 tools. Now level 2 stone axes, pickaxes, fire axes, all that stuff is going to be upped as I put more into it. Okay, so you can only craft up to a 5 quality, and to get the top quality 6 or purple, you actually have to loot those. Mother Lode is going to allow you to harvest more, so more from dirt when you're getting clay, more from trees like wood when you're chopping trees down, stone, and you get the picture. One more thing that I really want you guys to consider is better barter. If you guys want better deals from the trader, consider this. It's not needed, but it does help. One thing you're definitely going to need is you're going to need to come into advanced engineering. You're going to need probably two into this, because the first one's going to allow you to craft forges, okay, and the second one's going to allow you to craft workbenches, which you can't craft a lot of the higher tier stuff without a workbench, including vehicles. Okay, you can't even craft a bicycle without a workbench, and as well as it's going to unlock cement mixers. And Grease Monkey, this is the first tier, is going to allow you to make bicycles, mini bikes, motorcycles, and things of that nature. 4x4 truck, and then a gyrocopter, which is like a little makeshift helicopter.